Welcome back to the Luxurious Equestrian Café. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I have been watching a little bit of YouTube recently, and I watched this video by Isabelle Style. She did the 2025 handbag tag. This was a tag that was invented by Jour Couture, and essentially I was like, oh my god, that's such a fun concept. I want to chime in on this tag myself. It's basically a tag where we talk through the most used, the least used, the never used, the most critiqued, and the most complimented bags of 2025. I thought because 2025 is practically over at this point, it's mid-November, right? So the most used and least used bags, I will extend a little bit to include some more bags so that we can talk through basically these two concepts for the context of the year of 2025. And then the most critiqued and the never used and stuff like that, that is more of a timeless kind of category, I guess. But first off, most used bags of 2025. I have a few most used bags, but I would say the most used bag is probably my Cartier Half Moon bag, because this is just one of my absolute favorite bags in my collection, and it's something that feels a little bit different. It feels a little bit, you know, particular to my personal style, and I adore it so much. It's a beautiful bag in stunning quality. I adore all the hardware. Like, I've talked about this bag so much, and I've used it so much in 2025, and I will continue to use it so much in 2026. I even bought a very similar Cartier bag, but in a square shape, and I adore it equally as much as the Half Moon bag. I cannot pick and choose either or. I think the one I wear the most on a daily basis now is the square one, because it's just a little bit easier to use, because this one has a few more compartments. But from an aesthetic standpoint, I think the Half Moon bag is where my heart resides anyway. But this is not about the Cartier bags and comparing them. But these bags are such favorites in my collection. The Half Moon bag I bought in 2024 and have used so much throughout 2024, throughout 2025. This one I bought now recently, like towards the second half of 2025, and I've used it so much ever since I got it. But these two, oh my god, adore them so much and wear them so much. And if you don't have a Cartier bag already, may I suggest you look into Cartier bags. I mean, these Cartier bags are vintage bags, obviously. You can find them for such great deals on the pre-loved market. I know so many of you have already bought your vintage Cartier bags. You've told me that you're wearing them so much, and I'm just like, these bags are so great, and I have worn mine so much throughout all different seasons of 2025. Now, a bag that to me is more of a cold weather bag that I've been wearing, right? I mean, for essentially beginning of spring, for winter, now in fall, has been my Hermès Evelyne GM. I adored this bag. It feels more wintry to me due to, essentially, first off, it's a very big bag and a very heavyweight bag, so it's not something that I enjoy being weighed down by in summer, but also because of the beautiful chocolate brown color. On camera, I'm not sure if it looks black, but I mean, obviously, I have a little black one so that we can have it for reference to see what a black bag looks like, but also because it is one of my most used. My Hermès Evelynes have been some of my most used bags in 2025. Like I said, the cold weather Big Mama version is the GM, and then the warm weather, like light, airy bag has been my TPM. The TPM, like I said, I have this one in black. It is essentially just the lightest weight little leather bag that you can have. It doesn't weigh you down at all in summer. You can run your errands perfectly without feeling like you're literally wearing a sweaty bag, right? I mean, this bag is such a great bag for summer. Obviously, it has a crossbody strap, but the crossbody strap is in the little pouch in here. And it's just the cutest little thing, right? I mean, the shoulder strap is also also super thin, so you don't feel weighed down by it. It doesn't add warmth. It doesn't add just fuss to your outfit in summer. And in summer, especially in summer, I don't like fussy outfits. I don't like fussy outfits ever. If something feels fussy to me, I'm not a fan, right? But these bags are so easygoing. They're so lightweight. They're so beautiful. I'm just obsessed. Obviously, they have the perforated H on the back. This one is in the version 2, right? So it has the pocket. It doesn't have an adjustable strap, but obviously also the perforated H in the back. I am an equestrian girly at heart, right? So I also just adore the fact that these were designed to host horse grooming equipment. They weren't even in the like handbag line of Hermès when they were launched, right? They were in the equestrian line. So you literally had to go to the equestrian section to buy these when they were launched. Then Hermès obviously realized that these bags are like literal bags and people don't use them for horse grooming equipment, likely. So they added them to the handbag line, and since then, oh my god, what a great bag. I think these are some of Hermès' most like practical and actually useful and easygoing bags, and I just adore my Hermès Evelynes. And these two I've used so much in 2025. I will continue to use so much in 2026. And oh my god, if you don't have an Hermès Evelyne and you adore like a non-fussy, like a fuss-free, easygoing, luxurious, like uber luxurious bag, and Hermès Evelyne is where it's at, honestly. I'm just so happy to have these bags. The leather quality is beautiful. I'm so happy with the espresso brown and the noir colors of these, right? Because they simply go with everything, and I'm so obsessed with them, and I'm so happy to have them, and I use them so much. And they're clearly in my most used bag category for 2025. Now, something that I've also used a lot in spring and summer is this little one. This is a Chanel Square Mini. I essentially got this one in February when I started the big girl job that I currently have, and obviously, we've spoken about this one so much. This is my little, like I said, Square Mini in this petroleum blue color with the ruthenium hardware and the kind of contrast stitching, right? So that you have a little bit of a lighter blue stitching on the petroleum blue bag. And I just adore this one so much. A little Square Mini. Oh my god, such a practical bag. I adore it. How many times can I say that I adore these bags? Clearly, they're my most used, so clearly I adore them. I fit everything I need to fit in here. I fit 2 phones, I fit my key and card holder, I fit a little hand sanitizer, I fit my lippies, I fit like a pack of tissues. That's basically at a max capacity, but that's all I need to bring. Like on a little errands run or a little, I don't know, coffee run or just whatever. A little day in the city, right? I mean, this is just such a brilliant bag, and I've used it so much. Now, to be completely honest, I haven't used it that much in fall. Probably a little bit because of the color combination, but in spring and summer, you best believe this one got some miles on it. And I think this one, together with my Hermès Evelyne and the TPM, like these two were my summer bags of choice, literally. I think a summer bag needs to be easygoing, it needs to be fuss-free, it needs to be just something that you can put on and you don't feel like you're weighed down by it. And these were literally my favorite summer bags ever, along with the Cartier bags, obviously, because the Cartier bags are just stunning, amazing, gorgeous. Now, this is a luxury handbag tag. So in reality, I should not mention these, but just briefly, because in reality, my actually like most used bags are my Oleata mini anchor bags, because these literally hang in my hallway. I never put them back into my like handbag collection space, right? I just have them there when I need to grab something and go quickly. These are what I grab, and these like always goes well with my outfits, no matter if I need, oh, I had it the wrong way around. No matter if I need like something that goes with taupe, or if I need something that goes with a Bordeaux color. I also have a brown one and I have a black one with like canvas on it, and those are also great. But honestly, the all leather ones are the ones I use the most, and these have been such great bags in my collection. And for those like travel occasions, for those grab and go quickly occasions, right, these are always what I wear, and I adore them so much, and they look so chic with outfits and stuff. So like if you're not super into designer bags, these are so stunning and so cute and just so practical and wearable for a day-to-day basis. Even if you are into luxury bags like me, these have found such a good like middle ground space in my wardrobe, and I adore wearing them so much. Those were my most used bags. So it's been mainly like easygoing, practical, yet super chic and luxurious handbags for me in 2025. Now, my least used bags. I've kind of interpreted this category as bags that I used to use a lot, but in 2025 I haven't used that much. To start off with the essentially same bag as we just talked about, but in a different color. This is my Hermès Evelyne in the PM size, in this green color. Like in reality, I adore this bag. I mean, it's just the same bag as the other two that we just spoke about, right, in my most used. But why I'm not wearing it is probably because I'm overthinking the color. I have identified my color scheme this year, right? And the only two like pops of colors that I've been wearing so much is Bordeaux red and sapphire blue, right? So something that's a red bag, a blue colored bag, perfect. A green bag, I'm just like, how do I incorporate green into my wardrobe? I am lame, I know. But basically, this is an Hermès Evelyne PM. It has this like darker green color on the actual bag. And then on the shoulder strap, it has this spring onion green color. Like I said, I think this is a gorgeous bag. And I think like I used to wear it so much back in 2022, I think it was when I bought it. This was literally my daily driver bag, and I wore it with everything. I wasn't thinking about like, does this actually go with the color I was wearing? Like if I wore blue, I wore this. If I wore black, I wore this. If I wore brown, I wore this. With my honey colored Burberry trench coat, I have so many photos with this bag because that was literally my outfit of 2022, right? I think this is a great bag, but honestly, like, it's my least used bag of 2025 if I compare it with bags that already have been used a lot in history, right? So it's just been getting less used this year. I feel like in spring 2026, this one will get a revival. Like this has to be worn more because I adore the Hermès Evelyne bag in general, obviously, as we already discussed. I think it's so easygoing. I think essentially, it's just one of those. It looks super luxurious. This one looks interesting because of the color, right? But it doesn't attract a lot of attention, right? Because it's just like a beautiful, high quality leather bag. So I feel confident and comfortable wearing these like as I travel and stuff too, because it doesn't look like, unless you are a designer handbag girly, you don't really see these as a designer bag. Or that's been my reflection, at least when wearing these. I don't think people reflect that this is an Hermès and like a super designer bag, if that makes sense. So I won't sell it, I think, because I never sell anything. I just buy more and never sell. So it would be off-brand for me to sell it. And also, like spring 2026, you heard it here first, people. This one will be worn in spring 2026. It has to. Similar with this. This is also a bag that I used to wear so much. And it was one of my most worn bags for many years, actually. And it is the Saint Laurent Sac de Jour. This one is in the croc embossed leather with the silver little hardware details and obviously in a noir color. I think the Sac de Jour is a brilliant bag and a beautiful one, but I just haven't worn it. Like in 2025, I think I've worn it like twice. I'm not sure why, because I adore a little black bag, obviously with my Hermès Evelyne, where is it? The little Hermès Evelyne TPM. Like these give similar vibes, right? It's just that this one is Hermès and it's a little bit more understated. This one is Saint Laurent and it's a little bit more eye-catching, right? Mainly because of the croc embossed leather. It's shiny, it's adding texture and stuff like this. And it also looks a little bit more, you know, Eddie Slimane for Saint Laurent rocker chic vibes, which at my core, I adore. I think right now in general, I'm not really dressing rocker chic, but I have history in dressing rocker chic, right? This is an aesthetic that I think is part of my like core style as like Amanda Seidler, right? As a person, but it's not something that I've been leaning into super much in 2025, I guess. If anything, not at all, I think. I feel like this year I've been gravitating more towards like a little bit more timeless, classic, boring, ladylike style. Maybe this is aging, right? But I think this one can go super well with like timeless classic style, obviously, because it's a timeless classic bag. It's just a little top handle. It also has a shoulder strap that honestly, I think I wore this more with the shoulder strap, like a crossbody strap, right? Than I did top handle. But you can wear top handle and it goes super well for like an evening occasion. It has the kind of accordion style sides to it. It has the feet on the bottom. It even has like that foot in the middle. Designer brands do not do this anymore. Like they don't add that little extra foot in the middle of the bag. That is very generous, right? And it's a detail that I appreciate. It doesn't have any compartments or anything. It's just a bag. You just have that crossbody strap in there and you have the little kind of clochette, I guess, but it has a lock in it, and then you have the key like just on the inside of the bag, if you can see that right there. But beautiful bag. Have not worn it nearly as much as I should in 2025. I thought about selling this for a brief moment, but once again, I never sell anything and I cannot be bothered with selling it because there's something about this bag that I'm just like, this is my style. I adore the aesthetics of this bag and I adore like the vibe that it gives, but I'm just not wearing it at the moment. But the thing is, I have a pretty large handbag collection, right? And I feel like at some point I'm not wearing a bag and then all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this bag. Why haven't I worn it in so many years? And then I'm happy that I kept it. And something like this, once again, I say this in the most humble way. Honestly, at this point in my life, I don't think it would make enough of a difference for me in terms of the money that I would regain from selling this bag. And I'm not someone who thinks that I need to do a one in, one out rule or something like this. I prefer collecting these beautiful things, having them. If a friend needs to borrow a beautiful bag, I have a bag that you can borrow, right? If I all of a sudden realize that I love this bag and I want to wear it so much, then I have it still. So I currently at least prefer to have the variety and the option in my wardrobe versus selling bags. Now clothing, I'm a little bit more ruthless in selling. If something doesn't fit me or if I'm just over something, then I'm okay to sell it in general, unless it's a beautiful designer piece that I'm just like, maybe if I sell it, I won't be able to rebuy it because it was vintage or whatever, right? Then I keep it. But with bags, I'm a little bit more sentimental and I don't want to sell it. So the Saint Laurent Sac de Jour, barely used in 2025. Similar with these two. That one is so far away. Do you even see it on the screen, or am I just looking delusional when pointing into the abyss? But this one, then we'll talk about the one over there that's so far away. My Birkin 30. This bag is something that I really, really want to wear more, but for some reason, I don't wear it that much. I think first off, I don't really have many occasions where I feel like a Birkin is justified. Which is ridiculous because, I mean, like we discussed in that designer work bag collection video, some of you guys commented that, I mean, they're just bags, just use them. It's literally a bag. For some reason, I feel like a Birkin needs justification to wear it. Otherwise, it won't be approved by the outfit gods or something, right? This is just a limitation in my mind. And I feel like a Birkin is something that I wear for a special occasion, but I really, really want to wear it more. But I haven't worn it that much in 2025. I worn it for a few occasions. I wore it like my parents are house shopping and we went for a house viewing and I wore this bag. I mean, I've worn it to like my birthday. I wore it to like a few occasions like that. But honestly, I don't just rock up to a brunch with the girlies with a Birkin, even though I probably should, but I just don't, and I don't know why, but it's one of my least used bags of 2025. Let's see if we can turn this pattern around for the end of 2025. Maybe this will be my holiday party bag. Let's see. But I don't feel like it's a party appropriate bag because it's a big tote, right? I wouldn't wear this to an evening occasion in a party, right? I would wear this to like a daytime gathering, right? For my little like birthday fika that we had, right? I mean, when we, in Sweden, as we call it, a fika, where we sit down, we have a pastry, we have a coffee during the daytime. Then I can wear a Birkin. I wouldn't wear it to a birthday dinner because it's a big tote bag, and a big tote bag does not belong in a restaurant setting, in my opinion, but that's probably also an outdated notion that I should get rid of, but I don't find it to be like a comfortable evening bag anyway. Now, let me just stretch. I don't know why this took a backseat in my collection because I adore this bag so much, but it's literally one of my least used bags in 2025 because I think I just forgot about it. I feel bad saying it, but I feel like I kind of forgot about the Mulberry Bayswater satchel in my collection. This is one of my favorite bags aesthetically. I think this gives Luxurious Equestrian Café like there's nothing else. I adore the espresso brown color. I adore the H gold hardware. I adore that it has this little clochette here just hanging around, and it has a crossbody strap that is just perfect, and it has the top handles. It fits so much, and it's just a beautiful bag. And I adore Mulberry because Mulberry bags are great quality. They're kind of understated. They don't feel as much out there and luxury as many other luxury bags. So Mulberry is a brand that I really, really adore, and this is a bag that I've worn so much historically. But in 2025, I haven't really worn it. It's a bit of a sad story, but I wore it the other day. And I was just like, oh my God, this is such a great bag. I need to wear it more ASAP. Because fall is almost over. This feels like a very fall appropriate bag. I remember a few years back, me and one of my best friends, Sarah, we went to Prague. This was the only bag I brought because it was like a fall little trip and we wore cute fall outfits. And I realized that I lied because I also brought a Prada bag to that trip. I just remember. But anyway, for the fall, like daytime vibes, this was my perfect bag for that trip. And I, similar to like the Hermès Evelyne's, this is a designer bag that I don't mind traveling with because for one, it's not something that I would need to put under the seat in front of me. I could just have it like in my lap as the plane takes off and lands and no one will say anything, or at least they haven't this far. And it's a bag that honestly, it's kind of understated, and I feel like if you're not a designer handbag girly, once again, you don't know that this is a designer bag, which is the vibe I prefer to travel with when I travel. Just, I mean, for safety and boring topics like this that I wish we didn't have to discuss and keep in mind, but we kind of do. About this bag, I haven't worn it like much in 2025 at all, but I really do need to bring it out and start wearing it more. So I think I will wear it tomorrow. My mom is visiting me tomorrow, and likely we'll do a little bit of a shopping spree. So I might bring this one because it's a beautiful bag if she doesn't want to wear this. I mean, if she wants to wear this, then mother can wear it because mother comes first in all scenarios, obviously. But she usually borrows this, so I think this is what she will borrow. I mean, when me and mother travel to each other, we don't bring things because there is an abundance of items that we can borrow from the other one, right? So that's how it goes. And I adore that it is that way. Right, so that was the most used and the least used bags of 2025. Now, the never used bag. This, if you watch that designer work bag video, this will come as no surprise. But this is my Mulberry, not Mulberry. It is an MCM bag. It says it very clearly on the dust bag. I'm not sure how I mixed that up. But this is my MCM Milla in the medium size. This we discussed in that video is kind of like a useless bag because it doesn't really go as a work bag, which was what I thought I would wear it as. And it has so many compartments that it literally has no space left beyond the little like admin of the compartments themselves. So this simply never used. I have considered selling this many times, but then again, I'm just like, selling this, I mean, what would I get from selling this? Like 300 euros. And I say this in the most humble way possible, but I don't think selling this for 300 euros and getting 300 euros on my bank account would make me happier than looking at this once in a while and just thinking about the ridiculousness of me never taking measurements correctly of anything because I thought this would fit my work laptop. Clearly, I took the measurements wrong. Who was surprised? And it doesn't fit my laptop at all. But I think it's a beautiful bag and I'm just like waiting for the day where I find the use case for this bag. I haven't given up on it. It's literally like, okay, it's not never used. I think I've used it like a couple of times, but I bought it in like I don't even remember when I bought it. I think I bought it in 2019 or something. And it is obviously 2025, almost 2026 now, right? But we hope is the last thing that leaves the human body or something, we say in Swedish. So I have not given up hope on this bag and I think we will make it work at some point. But as of now, this is my like never worn bag. How should I make this bag work? Maybe that is the question. Like when would you wear this bag? Especially because it looks like a work bag, but it doesn't go for work, but because it doesn't fit anything. I could technically wear it to like a little shopping day, I guess, as a crook of the arm bag because the shoulder strap is literally useless because it slides off the shoulder. Like it's too short to have a crossbody. But it's beautiful. It has 4 feet underneath it. And like the crossbody strap is beautiful itself, but it's just too short to wear a crossbody. But just look at that beautiful thing. I will just say the following. If you have suggestions on when to wear such a bag, please do let me know. Now, my most critiqued bag ever. This is my mother's least favorite bag in my collection. And this is something that we discussed just a few days ago. And basically what she said was, I really tried to convince you to not buy it, but you are impossible to convince, even when you're wrong. So I bought this Mulberry Alexa bag, actually, in the color plaster pink with this rose gold hardware. I bought this. I do not remember when I bought it, but it was literally my first designer bag. And I bought it because I thought it was beautiful. I wore it every day to high school, essentially. And honestly, it's kind of chic, but it's also kind of my skin color, right? So it's one of those. Like I said this to my mom when we spoke about it the other day. If I bought this in like, I don't know, an oak mulberry color or like a black or something like this, I think I would still wear it to this day. But this mulberry bag in this plaster pink, I'm not sure how I would style it. I think it kind of looks chic with like a Bordeaux color, and I wear a Bordeaux color a lot. So maybe I just need to get over myself and wear it. But why this is the most critiqued, not only by my mother, right? This bag, literally, when I wore it in high school, I felt so fabulous. Oh my God, I adore this bag. I was wearing it with every outfit. I didn't bother if it didn't go with the outfit because this was the bag, right? And I had my little iPad in it, like I had a first generation iPad that I was carrying around in high school. But what people told me at that time was that it was basically my skin color, or that it was like that it looked like a little pig or something. And honestly, it kind of does look like my skin color. So I guess I let the haters get to me. But honestly, I don't think that's why I'm not wearing it now. Or maybe it is. But I just think that the color choice is a little bit off. And it's a little bit like of a particular bag, especially with the rose gold as well. Because I never wear rose gold. I never really wear something that's this like peachy plaster pink color, right? So I think it was just an odd choice. And it also has some color transfer on the back. I'm not sure if you can see, I've tried to wash off the color transfer, but I wore a lot of blue jeans. This had a lot of blue jeans stains on it, but like I said, I've tried to wash it off. Most of it I think is gone at least, but you know, you live and you learn. If you are considering buying a plaster pink or a skin colored bag, maybe think twice. That is my learning here. But it was my first designer bag, so I will never sell this. I don't think anyone would buy it from me anyway if I tried to sell it, because I think the only thing people have said about it is like critiquing and never really giving compliments. So, you know, there's that. But this is my most critiqued bag in my collection, and I can kind of see why. Now, another bag that is also one of my most critiqued bags, but also one of my most complimented bags, is this little Prada bag. This is my Prada Cahier, and I think this is something that's truly a love it or hate it. I think I've got an equal amount of critique on this and an equal amount of compliments. So we use this as the little segue to the different segments here. But the Prada Cahier. This is a Prada Cahier with obviously the kind of gunmetal hardware as well as the shiny leather. And I personally adore this bag. I think the critiques have mainly been that it looks a little bit aggressive and that it doesn't really go with my personal style, right? That it doesn't feel like the kind of timeless classic aesthetic that I would usually go for. And people are usually like, why would you have that in your collection, right? That's the main critique. And also that it looks a little bit masculine and, like I said, a little bit aggressive and a little bit, you know, particular, I guess. But when people are like giving compliments on it, they're like, oh my God, that's such an interesting bag. What is that bag? And like, is it heavy? Because it looks heavy. And then I say, yes, it is heavy. And then people feel it and they're like, oh my God, that's such a heavy bag. Do you not have back problems? And I'm like, yes, I do. And then we align because everyone has back problems today, I think. So beautiful bag. I hope you don't have back problems, by the way. This is such a stunning bag. Now, I want to show you because honestly, it's not only stunning in the exterior, also on the interior, because the inside, it's what counts at the end of the day, right? The red interior just gives me life. It has a beautiful, super heavyweight, like gunmetal hardware strap that just gives the best ASMR ever, I guess. And I adore this bag, but it's both critiqued and it's complimented. So I'm not sure why it's such a love it or hate it. I guess just aesthetically. It is quite a particular looking bag, and I guess it's a different looking bag, so it provokes questions and it's a conversation starter. So for that, beautiful bag. If you're outgoing and you want to chat with people, maybe get yourself a Cartier, a Prada Cahier. I'm going delusional. I've talked about way too many bags. Maybe that is why people just include one bag in every category, right? But now, let's close out my most complimented bag category. One of my most complimented bags is this This is my Chanel 2.55 Classic flap in this gorgeous chocolate brown lambskin with the actual like gold-plated hardware. This one is from 1994, which is my birth year, so we are birthday twins. This is one of those bags that every time I wear it, people are like, oh my god, that's such a beautiful and delicious and decadent bag. They don't really say decadent, but that's how I read it because I adore a decadent bag, right? I mean, this color is stunning. I mean, the combination between the kind of espresso-ish chocolate brown with the gold is just delicious and beautiful, and I adore this bag so much. I get compliments on it both like on videos, right, but also in real life, right? People just are drawn to this bag, and I think it's such a beautiful little understated timeless classic ladylike bag. And I think the like espresso brown color is not something that you see all the time, right? I think the black ones of these are a little bit more common, but the espresso brown is just something else that draws people in and makes them give me compliments. So in a cost per compliment basis, this bag is practically free at this point. And I bought it around my like 20th birthday. So I mean, obviously I'm 31 at this point. So it's paid itself back in compliments and beyond, right? So this is just a stunning bag. But also similarly, like my, where is it now? Because I have so many bags on the floor. Similarly, this one, this little Chanel Square Mini in the petroleum blue, is just drawing in compliments like there's no tomorrow. This is also such a stunning bag. My little blanket dropped there in the back, but okay, that's fine. Such a complimented bag. I adore this one so much. Mainly the color is what people comment on, but I think it's just beautiful, and it's just one of those. I think Chanel gets their colors right, just like people say with Hermès. The Hermès does color so well. Chanel also does color so well in my experience, and I just adore this. Just to make this a full circle moment, also one of my most complimented bags, or some of my most used bags, right? These two Cartier bags have gotten so many compliments. Obviously, I've had this one for longer, so this one has had time to get more compliments, but I always get compliments when I wear this bag because it's a little bit different, right? It's a color that you might not see so much. Obviously, this is a more trendy color at this point in time, but when I started wearing it, it wasn't really that much of a color that people were buying handbags in, right? So it's always been one of those, like, it looks a little bit different. It has a lot of hardware on it, which also makes it look so luxurious and so like intentionally produced, if that makes sense. Combined with the shape of it, combined with the color, combined with all the gold details on it, and just combined with the fact that it looks like such an interesting bag, it just once again draws people in. It, for some reason, just makes them give me compliments, which is so nice, which is probably why I wear it so much. So full circle moment, like most used bag and most complimented bag in one. What a good deal. And that one, obviously with cost per compliment and cost per wear combined. Oh my god, that bag was practically free in girl math world, right? This was my 2025 handbag tag extended version. I was never tagged to make this video, but I just thought it was fun, so I just made it anyway. If you have a YouTube channel and you want to make this tag, I tag you. Make sure that you tag me in the description box so that I get to see when you make this video and which are your handbag picks. I adore just chatting with you guys, understanding your favorite bags, and just like talking all about handbags. That is literally all I want to do on this channel. So thank you for spending this time and space with me. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and until my next video, stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.